Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nancy Mundy and I have been a corporate technology trainer for the past 12 years at many major organizations. And prior to that, I was a union broadcast camera operator and technical director in and around New York City. Today, we're going to look at artificial intelligence, or AI. One of the things that AI can do is generate avatars. That's right, I'm an avatar. I'm not real. I'm a lifelike talking avatar.
The other type of video avatar is the animated or cartoon avatar. That's me. I'm Nancy's animated avatar. Did you notice that the background is also computer generated? Let's look into this. AI capabilities break down into a few broad categories. It does some things very well based on the data to which it has access. These are the main areas. It can search, synthesize, and summarize data and information. It will generate text and/or documents. It's also very useful for both generating and editing graphics and video. Some people use it daily for personal use. You can use an app like ChatGPT to ask it questions like, "Show me the most popular dentist in my area." It's also useful for marketing and data manipulation, such as deciding who buys what and then creating targeted ads for that demographic. AI is very useful in assistive technologies such as speech-to-text. And more advanced programs are also capable of reasoning. It's really nothing new. You've been using AI for years. It's your friend, Google. Before we look at the apps, let's get clear on some vocabulary. D is for data. AI can only work with the data it has. That's why public AI apps like Copilot are so effective. They are constantly accumulating data. Data can be in any form, including numbers, text, and graphics. G is for generate. ChatGPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. AI usually generates a result. H is for hallucinate. AI mistakes are called hallucinations. Apps can produce legitimate sounding but factually incorrect results, a hallucination. P is for prompt. You give AI instructions, prompting the app to deliver specific results. I think you're ready. Let's take a look at the big three: ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, and Google Gemini. ChatGPT is available as a mobile app, as a desktop download, or online. You will want to sign up, and the first time you log in, ChatGPT walks you through some of the features. Notice that for many of the operations you want it to perform, you will want to provide a reference document such as a photo or a document upload. As always, the settings menu is our best friend. One of the big concerns about public AI platforms is security. In general, your information is not secure. You can modify that somewhat up here under this question mark. Again, settings. And the one setting that is available to you outside of the app is improve the model for everyone, which sends anything that you put in ChatGPT up out into the cyberspace. So you might want to turn that off, in which case it will behave locally. But again, I would not rely on it as a secure platform. Let's take a tour. At the top left, the ChatGPT logo is a home button, and it will always return you to this page if you get too far afield. Do take a moment and go across the top, see some of these other options available to you. And then we'll work down the left-hand menu. The images menu allows you to import images here, although you do also have that little plus sign, as you can see in the center. The apps menu will allow you to add apps that will increase the functionality of ChatGPT, and your chat history will live here unless you access this little menu and pin it, archive it, or delete it. Down at the very bottom, we can find access to our settings menu once again. And some of those settings will help us a lot. Again, I can change the accent color. And down here, I can take a look at some security features. Again, I would not consider ChatGPT to be secure, but you can modify it. Take a look at your settings menu. Let's start a chat now. This little plus sign allows me to upload files if I want to reference them. And again, I can do web searches, change the canvas, and explore additional apps. I can also use this little microphone to dictate, but right now I'm just going to write a simple prompt such as but I find this to be too broad and not easy to work with. So I'm going to modify my chat. I'm going to say, show me and now I have a much more focused response to my chat. A lot of people use ChatGPT for work to do things like summarize documents, so let's take a look at that. Here's my document. You don't even have to say please and thank you. Now I have a quick summary of a multi-page document, and over here in the menu I can share that or invite others with a group chat. Next, we're going to look at a new chat, modifying those photos. I know that's what you've been waiting for. Let's take this photo and turn it into a cartoon. And there we are. So as you can see, ChatGPT is a very versatile tool that you can use for home, for work, or just to have fun. I have added Microsoft Copilot as a browser extension. It is also available as a desktop download or online at copilot.microsoft.com and as a mobile app. It works very similar to ChatGPT. You'll probably want to come over here to the left and open that sidebar so you can see what's going on. In this case, all the way down at the bottom again, we do have our settings menu. I did not go ahead and create an account. I already have a Microsoft account. But if you intend to use Copilot on a regular basis, you might want to create an account and then sign in. You can see here in the center, we also have the option to upload and add our images. And Microsoft has a feature that allows you to create a podcast. Since you're a new user, you will have one free opportunity to do that, and then after that they will ask you to upgrade. It also has that little microphone for dictation, and Copilot has a couple of different levels of AI. It's going to, by default, let you use the smart iteration, if you will, even deeper, one that adds quizzes, and the one that we're most used to, which is our search with enhanced references. So rather than go through all of the mechanisms again, just want to point out that they all work in a very similar fashion. You might wish to set up an account. You might wish to sign in and adjust some of the security. And you can use that little plus sign to upload your photos and modify them, or upload a document and get a summary. And do keep in mind that security settings are somewhat porous, and these apps are internationally available. Wherever you see this little diamond, you have access to Google Gemini. You'll find some of these features embedded throughout the Google universe, but it is also available separately as another AI assistant. Slightly different, a few different features. See if this is better for you. On the very far left, you have the ability to find that menu if it's not already available. Google seemed to already know my name and my email and so forth, so I did not have to create an account. In the center, we have our upload, where we can add files, photos, etc. It is connected to an app called Notebook LM if you're already using that. Tools available. Again, we have this deep research feature. You can change the canvas. It has an app called Nano Banana that is pretty good at modifying those images and cartoonifying things and so on. And they have added something called guided learning. Another modification specific to Gemini is over here under this drop down. Different ways of returning the answers. If you're in a real hurry, it'll give you some fast answers. Solving complex problems. And Pro, it will write code for you. They all do that, but here's it's broken out as a separate function. Down on the bottom left, again, we have our settings menu. Here's where you'll find connected apps. You might want to give it generalized instructions and so on. And again, Notebook LM is here. We've seen the 3 public AI assistants. New AI apps are introduced every day, and older apps are being upgraded with the addition of AI features. Many businesses are also creating their own AI apps for security reasons.
Artificial intelligence can help you to work faster, smarter, and better. Be mindful of its shortcomings. Always check your work and be proud of yourself for learning something new. Thanks so much for joining me. See you next time.